What is up, and welcome back to the second season of the 5-year challenge with Leeds. We had a topsy turvy first season, and I'm so excited to get into the second season, and I can't wait to show you what has happened over the summer period. There's been big movements, really big movements in the window. I can't wait to show you who I've signed, who I've got rid of. Has been a big change. Now, season one, we had a really poor start, but the second half of the season we finished strong. We had a really good finish. We ended up finishing 11th or 12th, which was okay considering the start we had. I didn't think we'd get anywhere near there, but we managed to keep our job, which was very uncertain. I think we were maybe one game away from the sack. We managed to keep our job. We managed to get the club up to mid-table. This season, with the signings I've made, I'm looking to finish top half. I'm looking to challenge in both the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And of course, at the end of the day, we're doing this to try and earn points. We're playing against Matty and against Austin. In their first season, I can reveal that in the first season, currently in first place is Matty. He got 126 points in total, based on his finishes, his cup success, his manager awards. Austin got 98. I got 67. So I'm quite a way behind Matty. But this season, anything can happen. We potentially got 4 seasons left anyway, if none of us get sacked. So it's all to play for. This season's going to be better than the last. There's no way it can be worse. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. I'm going to show you who I've signed. I've got Matty and Jack in the party. Jack is Bandy. You may know him. You may have seen him in previous vids or on stream. We're going to jump back into the party with them. And we're going to go through all the transfers that I've made over the summer, as well as the tactics that we've set up to play with this season. Okay, so let's start with the league. Who came up? I did cover this briefly at the end of last season. Joining us in the Premier League this season, we have Bournemouth, Brentford, and Norwich. Those are the 3 clubs that came up. I believe Brentford came up via the playoffs. We actually have Brentford at the start of the season. Let's have a quick look at the schedule just to show you what's going to be happening as we head into season 2. We've got quite a nice start to the season. We play Brentford first, then we have Norwich, Newcastle. Sorry, my phone going mad. Just quiet that up. We have Brentford, Norwich, Newcastle. Then we have our Carabao Cup second round tie, and then we have Arsenal. So it's quite a nice first month. It'll be very interesting to. I'm aiming from there to get minimum 9 points. Obviously, Arsenal's going to be a tough game, but I think we can beat Brentford, Norwich, and Newcastle, definitely. That's our schedule. It's looking okay. All the big sides are pretty well spread out for us. I think that's a fairly good fixture list. As you can see, we've had a nice pre-season. I took the boys to the Middle East, and then they had a training camp in China, so they played lots of games, and they're ready to go. Now, you may have noticed a couple of names in there. If you are quick, or if you pause the video now and go back, you may have seen a few of the players that I've signed in the goal scorers list. Let's get on to it, and we'll get over to the first signing. Matt Clark. This is one of our cheapest signings. I think he is currently the cheapest signing that I've made so far in the summer transfer window. Matt Clark from Brighton. Brighton did get relegated. Now, I think I said at the end of last season, we needed to strengthen or at least add more depth to our defensive options. And I think Matt Clark just does that. He does just that. He's very good. He's got very good stats. Physically, he looks very good. 16 jump in reach. Stands out to me. I look at him mentally. He's got 14 bravery. Positioning 13. Work rate 12. Attributes 15 heading. 13 marking. 14 tackling. 12 passing, 13 dribbling. He looks like a defender who can get the ball down and play a little bit. He's very young as well. He's only 20. Well, I say very young. He's only 24. So he has that little bit of room to grow. If we look at the coach report, there it says he's really good in the air, impressive jumping reach. and he could potentially improve just a little bit. I just think he's a good option to have going into this season. And here's the second signing we have made. Denzel Dumfries. We got him from PSV. Now, Denzel Dumfries is a very interesting one. I did hesitate over this signing. I was sort of forced into it because another club bid for him while he was on my shortlist. And do you know what? I went for it. Again, he adds that defensive depth. He's probably going to start for us. Now, we did sign a right back from Aston Villa in January. Didn't quite work out. It's Gilbert. Now, Dumfries can come in. He's probably going to start on the right-hand side for us. But he can play centre-back. He can play little bit further forwards down the right-hand side. He can play centre-mid. He can play left-back. And we look at his stats. You know, he's got 16 stamina, 15 pace. He's very quick. He's also very strong. 14 heading, 13 first touch, 15 determination, 16 work rate. That's huge. So if he gets forwards, he's going to get back and track back with those runners. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does for us. He had quite a solid season for PSV. Got a 7.09 average rating. He made 33 caps for them, scored 2, also assisted 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does for us. Overall, very excited about this signing. Next up is the man, the myth, the legend, Danny Ings. Now, Southampton went down. And my first thought when these clubs went down was have a look at their players. Who would we bring into our squad to improve it? Danny Ings is up there. I think he had a pretty good season last season. Maybe not the best. 8 goals scored, 3 assists, 4 player of the matches. Not the best average rating. But I don't know. There could be reasons for that. You know, Southampton didn't have the best season. Maybe he didn't have the best squad around him. But we've gone ahead and signed him. Oh, we've gone ahead and signed him. You may have seen the last signing there. And, you know, we know the story of Danny Ings. He's a fantastic striker. You know, he's got 18 determination, 17 work rate. He's not the quickest, but his finishing is fantastic. His composure is good. First touch is good. Anticipation is good. Technique good. Good balance. Good strength as well. And you know what? We didn't pay too much for him either. You know, just... what did we get him for? Does it say here? 10 million. 10 million up front. I think that could potentially rise to 12 as well. But, you know we're getting a quality player with this signing. Okay, you may have seen it when I accidentally flicked back to the screen before this one. James Ward-Prowse has joined Leeds United. We could not leave him at Southampton. No doubt another club would have gone in for him. I think we were the first club to approach them. Straight away when they went down, he was the first player that sprung to mind. I was like, we need to get him. Now, last year, our centre mids were okay, but not great. And again, James Ward-Prowse is one of those players who can play all over. He's very versatile. He can play centre mid. He can play defensive mid, attacking mid. He can play on the wing if needs be. He's a very, very good player. He's also, you know, he's not quite at the peak of his career. He had a good season last season. And look at all his green stats. I mean, mentally, he looks like an absolute monster. Physically, a couple of green stats popping around there. Attributes, corners, crossing. Now, we know he's good at free kicks. We've seen that in real life. Hopefully, that transcends to this. Last season, we didn't score many goals from set pieces, whether it was corners or free kicks. So hopefully, J. Ward-Prowse can help us with that for this season. And last but not least... and arguably the most exciting transfer, aside from J. Ward-Prowse, is the signing of Jack Grealish. Now, we got him for... What did we get him for? We got him for 17 million plus add-ons. And you know what? I think that's an absolute bargain. We know the sort of player he is. You know, he was linked... I know he was wanted by Manchester United. In real life, he's linked with United. He's linked with Spurs. He's an absolutely incredible player. He is going to be our new vice captain. And again, another versatile player. I love players that can play in multiple positions. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play through the middle. We're going to be playing him to start with as an attacking midfielder in that number 10 role. But I'm sure throughout the season, We'll switch it up a little bit. There will be times where he's required to play on the wing. That's not a problem for him. He can do that with absolute ease. I hope he hits the ground running for us. If he does, he is going to help us. He'll be one of the reasons that we finish in the top half this season. So really, really happy about that. Now we have two more signings in the works. Timothy Ware is all but signed for us. Just waiting for his work permit to go through. We're signing him for 6.5 million, but he will go back to FC Lille on loan for the rest of the season. I think that's a good signing. I don't think he'll play for us this season to begin with. We will play him as an attacking right mid or left mid. At the moment, he won't get in the team. I think give him a season and he'll be ready for us going into the 22 to 23 season. This is an interesting one. I found this lad, Danny Loader. I've not come across him before, not heard much about him. English lad. He's actually currently at FC Porto. We have placed a bid for 2.5 million. This is one for the future. Again, he's going to come in. He's prepared to be back up for now and develop over time. We have sold a couple of players, which we'll see in a minute, which is why we're able to bring him in and able to sort of give him that guarantee that we will play him. He will get games in the Cup. He will get the odd Premier League game here and there as a backup to the likes of Rodrigo and Danny Ings. So I'm not going to go through everyone that I've loaned out or sold because there's so much deadwood that we've managed to get rid of. We'll have a quick look at it at the end. I'll just highlight a couple of the big names, if you will, that have gone out. Ben Brereton being the first. Again, due to the signings that I've brought in, I don't feel like he's going to get any game time this season, or not nearly enough that he needs. He's not going to progress much, according to the scout reports. 22 years old. Again, he didn't do too much for us. He didn't get the best chance. But I just feel like we're not going to use him. Unfortunately, I would have liked to make him work. I just cannot guarantee him any game time this coming season. So he's gone to Newcastle. We got 6.5. Did we get 6.5 for him? I think we may have got more. 6.75 million. So we did make a profit in that sense. So not too bad business. This is an interesting one. Matus Bogus. I wasn't aware of this lad. For whatever reason, I did not click that this guy was at the club. I didn't realise how much potential he had until I'd almost clicked confirm. And I looked at it and I was like, do you know what? He's not going to play this season. Again, because of the transfers that I've made, he's not going to get the game time needed to play. I couldn't loan him out. By that time, he'd already wanted to leave. He already knew Hertha Berlin were interested, and he handed in a transfer request. So that stopped us from loaning him out and potentially using him next season. He has gone to Hertha Berlin. We got 15.25 million for him. Again, he looks like a really good player. Potential 3-star, maybe more, depending on how his career goes. I can only wish him the best. Maybe we'll see him again in the future. Who knows? Helder Costa is not... Now, this was an interesting one because last season he wasn't incredible. He didn't start many games. He made quite a few substitute appearances. If we have a look here. Well, he made 19 appearances in total. I'm pretty sure... Oh, there we go. He started 3 league games. So not the best season. Fairly average rating. He scored 2 goals, 2 assists. Who knows? Maybe if we started him more, he would have had more goal contributions, maybe a better overall rating. But for the money we were being offered, and again the signings I've made, I couldn't guarantee that we were going to use him this season. Not with the players that I want to use in those positions and want to progress in those positions. So we have sold Helder Costa. He's off. He's gone to China. Probably the best move for him. And again, hopefully he kills it over there. Okay, so this is our biggest departure of the summer window. Patrick Bamford has gone to Nice. I was really caught as to whether to sell him or not. Last season was our top goal scorer. Despite being our top goal scorer, he didn't have the best of seasons. And I feel like I know I've said this with the others, but I feel like the signings I've made, I've got Danny Ings, I have Carlos Fernandez, who we signed last January, I've got Rodrigo, potentially Danny Loader coming in, and Tyler Roberts, who can all play in that position. We're only going to be playing one up top at the moment as it stands, so I just could not guarantee Bamford that game time. He's 27 years old. I felt the money we were offered for him was pretty good. We got a little bit more than what he was worth. So he has gone to Nice for 12.5 million. And it's a shame because he's a really good player. Just no guarantees that he'd be starting for us. I don't know. I feel like he would get fed up and then asked to leave come January, and we would have had to sell him for probably less than what he's valued at. So there we go. He's gone to Nice. I'll just quickly run you through everyone else. These are all our outgoings. Again, a lot of people gone on free transfer. Douglas, Berardi, didn't really use them. Alioski's gone. Grot. A few people gone out on loan. McKinstry, Cresswell, Elia Capril, Jenkins. So we've done quite well, I think. We've done quite well. 47 million out, 46. Well, actually, no, it's more than that. 46.5 plus 10 coming in. So, yeah, we've done pretty well. And, of course, maybe a couple more to come in. Before I leave you for this this intro to Season 2, here are the objectives for this season. The board want us to finish mid-table again. They want us to reach the 5th round of the FA Cup, and they want us to reach the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Our contract expires at the end of this season. We need to have a good one, otherwise they won't be renewing it. We came close to being sacked last season. I feel with the squad we've built so far, and hopefully continue to improve, we can definitely be challenging for that top half finish, as well as, why not, challenge for a cup? You know, I think we've got the quality to do it. And I'm really excited about this upcoming season. If you are excited for the season ahead, please go ahead and leave a like. Leave a comment, you know, let me know. What do you think of my transfers? Do you have any suggestions? Could I add anyone else to the squad? Have I got them for a good price? I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Come and follow me over on Twitch as well. I'm live every single day. Give me a follow on Twitter, social medias, all that stuff. All that good stuff. And hey, Season 2's here. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a good season. We're going to catch up to Matty and Austin and their point tallies. All right, have a good one. I'll catch you in the next vid.